Wow, they're really doing this. I can't believe it. Such a shame. What's going on, guys? AK here, and today I'm going to talk about what the Lakers decided to do. They have officially waved the white flag and are giving up on the season. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have just got news that the Lakers have put LeBron on a minutes restriction, and they are considering benching him for back-to-backs. They are basically saying they have given up on trying to make the playoffs, and they are going to preserve LeBron James in risk of him not just hoping he doesn't get hurt. So he's going to be benched for back-to-backs most likely, and he's going to play at best 30 minutes a game. That's it. Now, from this retrospect, I understand what they're doing. This is LeBron James. He's 34 years old. He's getting towards the 17th season. He's really getting there, and he's getting up that higher age towards the back end of his career, and the guy just came off a major injury. His first and only major injury in his career that cost him 18 games. It makes sense why the Lakers want to preserve that. Wait till next year, try to get a star here, and make this work. There's no reason for LeBron James to keep fighting just to get into the playoffs and get into the first round to get completely destroyed by the Warriors. But still, this is LeBron James. This is the Los Angeles Lakers. When you have a player this great, who is still considered the best player in the game, he is held to the standard of getting his team to the playoffs and competing for a title. The fact that he's willing to agree to these terms and the Lakers are willing to give up on the season when they still have a possibility of making it just shows you what type of season they've had. Just a complete and utter disaster. You got Rondo sitting far away from everyone else on the bench because he doesn't want to be associated with this bench. You got problems left and right. It's crazy. And now they've just given up? They've just given up? I understand the reasoning for this. And in fact, I agree with it. I really do agree with it. Even though I didn't expect him to do this, I agree with it. I've been one of the few people who talked about they should just rest LeBron. There's no reason to get to the playoffs because if he gets there, he's going to get eliminated in the first round and get swept. Hell, I've made 2 videos of it on my channel of why the Lakers really shouldn't focus on externalizing, just putting LeBron out there with all these minutes and making him try to force the team to get to the playoffs. I've made videos about this, so I understand the reasoning. But even when I put those videos out, I still didn't believe that they would do this, because I thought, even putting those videos out, I thought LeBron would still find a way to get this team to the playoffs, because LeBron's always gotten to the playoffs. And seeing the collapse they've had since he's had this whole playoff activation mode, they've been atrocious since he said, "Well, I'm playoffs activated." They barely won a game. What are they, 3-10 since he said that? They've been embarrassing. And I get what they're doing. But you have the best player in the NBA he's held to this standard, and he has to help his team get some success, get into the playoffs, and compete for a championship. The fact that you're ready to call it quits is just it's just sad. It's just honestly disappointing. And it's already starting to show. All the fans are already going out there doing it. There's so many memes about LeBron James. Oh, MJ would never quit. Kobe will never quit. LeBron's ready to quit. Look what LeBron. Oh, playoff deactivation mode, huh? He probably should have said that, if we're going to be honest. Saying the whole playoff activation mode was probably a mistake for LeBron James. Because I honestly do not believe his mindset's been here. I think LeBron James gave up on the season once he got injured. He got injured, had a time to look around at the teammates to see what he has, and just came to the realization that this team's not going to take us far. Why should I come out here and do all this stuff? So the man came back, came up with this fake, oh, I'm in playoff activation mode, and then just ran with it. I honestly do not believe LeBron James was fully focused on the season after coming off that injury. I honestly believe once he got injured, he was done with the season. That's what I believe. But for Magic and Blink, just to come up with this and be like, okay, shut it down, shut LeBron James down, even though we still have the possibility of making the playoffs, shut it down. And I understand their chances are slim, but you have the best player in the NBA. You're telling me you're not going to fight to the end? Where's the competitiveness? This is why Rondo's pissed off. He's looking at this team, and nobody seems to care, and nobody seems to like each other. They're not playing as a team. Rondo came here to win, and instead he had to deal with this embarrassment. Such a shame. And the fact that they're just willing to deactivate LeBron, put him on a minutes restriction, and say he's not playing back-to-backs, just basically admitting that they quit on the season and they've given up any chances of getting to the playoffs is honestly sad. And even if they weren't getting into the playoffs, I would prefer to still see LeBron James going out there because it builds something with these young guys. It shows that he actually cares about them. And he cares about this team. And he's trying to show, don't worry guys, we got this next year. But at the end of the day, we are still a team and we're going to finish this season together. But no, it clearly shows them willing to sit LeBron James down, clearly shows what Magic's mindset is, what LeBron's mindset is, what his team's mindset is. LeBron was never part of LA. He came to LA for other stuff. He's never been part of this Lakers team. He's not. The fans don't accept him. His teammates are looking at him weird. They don't even want to play with him at this point. It's just a whole mess. And the fact that they're coming to this point where they're going to deactivate the best player in the NBA without at least letting it get to the end, letting him sit down with these guys and be like, you know what? Don't disactivate me. Let me play to the end of the season. I know I could risk injury, but I've got to show these young guys that they have confidence and belief in them. Even if we don't end up making the playoffs, at least let's try for these remaining 18, 17 games. Let's try to play as a team and show them that I care about this team and I care about these players and I want them to be here. But no, let's just deactivate LeBron. I'm not putting this all on LeBron. I'm definitely looking at Magic. I'm looking at that front office. I'm looking at the team themselves because they have been the major issue this season when they decided to go through with that whole Anthony Davis trade. You have the players now all looking at both Magic, Rob Pelinka, and LeBron James in some dirty eyes because they do not trust them at all. And now you got news like this? How do you think young players feel? Young players who looked up to him. You saw MJ. MJ never quit. You saw Kobe never quit. That's going to be the storyline here. All these greats never quit, but LeBron James, the best player, is just willing to quit now. And again, I want to emphasize this. What they're doing is the smart move because you do not want to risk a 34-year-old LeBron James at this point who just dealt with his first major injury. You do not want to risk him getting injured again. I understand that. But from a competitive standpoint, this just pisses me off. And I know I'm not the only one who's angry about this. But what can you do? This is the Lakers team you got to deal with. I'm not a Lakers fan, so I don't have to deal with this pain. But I can tell you, I know a lot of Lakers fans, and they are not happy with the situation. And I know when they get this news, they're not going to be happy about that either. Because it just shows how much LeBron does not care about this team. And how much Magic just really doesn't know what he's doing at this point. He just doesn't know what he's doing at this point. I'm just disappointed all around. I'm disappointed in this Lakers season. I'm disappointed what Magic did to this team. I'm disappointed in the fact that LeBron has shown poor leadership skills the whole year. You could go back another years and say he's a great leader. This year, you look at him, he's the worst leader in the league. And people cannot defend this. It's embarrassing. But what can you do? Anyway, I'm going to cut this off because I'm tired of talking about this. The Lakers are trash. They're not going anywhere this year, and it is what it is. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'm done.